Imagine sending one message, and in 20 seconds, getting back a complete architecture, DevOps plan, security review, QA strategy, and even front-end ideas. No meetings, no stand-ups, just an AI engineering team living inside n8n, working for you 24/7. In this video, you'll see exactly how to build this entire workflow yourself inside n8n. Stick around until the end because there are some crazy upgrades and real-world use cases that will turn this from a fun demo into a serious productivity weapon. Let's build your AI engineering team. This is the brain of the operation. A single message comes in here. It goes to an engineering head agent, who then delegates work to a software architect agent, a backend developer agent, a front-end developer agent, a DevOps engineer agent, a security engineer agent, and a QA test engineer agent. They all think in parallel, each in their own lane. And then the engineering head stitches everything together into one clean, executive-level answer. In a few minutes, you'll have this running in your own n8n instance. Let's start building. First, open n8n and create a new workflow. Give it a name like AI Engineering Team so you can find it later. Add the chat trigger. In my setup, the entry point is this when chat message received node. You can hook this up to whatever you like. n8n's own AI chat UI, a webhook from your website, Slack, Discord, Telegram, anything that can send a message into n8n. The important part, this node outputs the user's question. That's what we'll feed into our AI team. Inside the system prompt, paste something like this. Set the model you like, for example, a powerful GPT OpenAI model, and make sure your credentials are configured in n8n. This node will later be connected to all the specialist agents as its tools or helper nodes. Now the fun part, building your AI engineering team. Each of these boxes is just another OpenAI chat model node with a very focused role. Add a new chat model node, rename it to Software Architect Agent, and set a system prompt like this. Add the LLM model for this node. Similarly, we'll add our remaining team members. At this point, you have your whole AI engineering team defined as separate nodes. In this workflow, each specialist node is attached to the engineering head as a kind of tool or helper. That's what these dashed green lines are. Conceptually, the engineering head does something like architect design the system, backend turn that into APIs and services, DevOps give me infra and CI/CD, security review the risks, QA define a test plan, front-end design the UX. Behind the scenes, n8n handles calling each of those nodes with the right context and pulling back their responses. Make sure each specialist node receives the original user message. Optionally, also receives some context from the engineering head, like the high-level goal. Returns its written response that the engineering head can read. Finally, connect the output of all those agents back into the engineering head node so it can merge everything into one final answer. Let's see this thing work. I'll send a single prompt. Watch the logs. The software architect breaks the system into services like product catalog, inventory, orders, payments, shipping. The backend engineer defines REST gRPC APIs, data models, and how services talk to Redis, Postgres, and message queues. The DevOps engineer suggests Kubernetes, autoscaling, CI/CD pipelines, infrastructure as code, and monitoring. The security engineer checks PCI DSS, secret management, auth flows, and data protection. The QA engineer proposes test suites, edge cases, and performance testing. The front-end engineer outlines checkout flows, product listing pages, and components. And then, the engineering head stitches everything into one massive structured architecture document, with objectives, service decomposition, data strategy, communication patterns, security, DevOps, and observability. This is the kind of document a real engineering org might spend days writing from scratch. Here, it's a single prompt. Now that the basic workflow works, let's talk about some powerful upgrades you can add on top. Add memory and context. Connect a vector store or document store so your agents can read your existing code-based docs, internal standards and best practices, previous architecture decisions. Then, when the engineering head responds, it can say things like, using the same stack as your existing payment service. Connect to your tools. Make this team actually do things, not just talk. Hook DevOps to GitHub or GitLab to open PRs with CI/CD configs. Let QA create test case tickets in Jira. Allow security to file security review tasks automatically. Each agent can trigger n8n nodes that talk to real APIs. Multi-turn conversations. Instead of one-shot answers, keep a conversation history. The user can say, okay, now generate a migration plan for moving from monolith to this architecture. Or expand the QA plan into actual test case templates. Store the messages in n8n, feed them back into the engineering head and agents each time. Guardrails and approvals. Wrap it with human in the loop. For anything that creates tickets or touches Git, add an approve reject step. Let a real engineering manager quickly scan the AI's proposal and tweak it. This keeps you safe while still saving massive time. Where can this AI engineering team actually help you? Here are some high leverage scenarios. Architecture reviews. Paste in your current system description and ask for scalability, reliability, and security improvements. Greenfield project design. For a new product, get a full blueprint, stack, services, data models, infra, and rollout plan. Incident postmortems. Feed in logs and incident descriptions. Ask the team to propose root causes and mitigations from each role's perspective. Onboarding docs. New engineers can ask, how does our payment system work? And the AI team explains it using your real docs. Experimenting with new tech. Ask, should we move this service to event-driven architecture? And get arguments for and against, plus a migration path. The key is, you're not just talking to one generic AI. You're talking to a coordinated team of specialists, each with deep focus, managed by a virtual head of engineering. If you want this workflow to evolve, here's a deal. Build your own version, tweak the prompts for your stack, and drop in the comments, what agents did you add? What's the craziest thing your AI engineering team has designed so far? If this gave you ideas, hit like, subscribe for more AI plus automation builds, and share this with someone on your team who's constantly stuck in architecture meetings. Because in a world where everyone is using AI as a glorified chatbot, you'll have a fully automated engineering org living inside n8n. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next build.